Welcome to today's episode of Chronicles of a Nigerian Woman. I am your host, Fagbeja, and today I'll be reading Alexa's story. We are 4 girls and my mom raised us alone. We have 3 different fathers. I am the 3rd child. The eldest has a separate father. My immediate older sister and I are from the same father, and the youngest is from a different father. I was almost 7 years old when she was born. My mom has a huge shop where she sells Italian shoes and bags. She used to be a secretary to my dad, who was married, before she had my immediate older sister, who is just over a year older than me. The eldest is about 8 years older than her and was born when mom was 17. We grew up in a beautiful 4-bedroom flat in an exclusive area and went to fairly expensive schools. Mom had a car and a driver, and we were quite comfortable. My mom was an extremely beautiful woman, velvet brown skin, petite with delicate features. Her size and stature belied her strong personality. She had very long hair and an elegant sense of style. She paid a lot of attention to her appearance. Having male visitors come over to spend nights with my mom was a normal occurrence in our home. There were always new faces. Some would last a few months, some a few weeks, and some only came once. They mostly stayed at the weekends and visited for a few hours during the week. My mom introduced so many uncles to us that I lost count. It was just the norm in our home. She did not have any female friends and was not much of a social person. She was a fantastic cook and made all kinds of meals, mostly from foreign cookbooks, when her visitors came. My mom taught us to pay premium attention to our looks and to take care of our bodies. She also taught us to cook her exquisite meals. She always told us that with these 2 things, we would never be without attention and power. She was very open with us about issues that had to do with boys and men. My eldest sister was a lot like my mom, and they were very close. Because of the age gap, she was in a different phase of life from us and was more like an assistant mom than a sibling. We were not so close. As my immediate older sister and I entered teenage, my mom had a series of talks with us about how to relate with males. One thing she always drove home to us was the importance of getting something from every relationship we had and not giving up anything for free. She was very particular about our relationships with boys our age who, in her opinion, could not offer anything meaningful. She made sure we understood our sexuality and also often told us how her main duty as our mom was to settle us into the right marriages. My eldest sister got married at the age of 22 to a man about 12 years older who came from a very rich background and lived in France. My mom was evidently very proud. After secondary school, my immediate older sister went for training in beauty and body management and started giving private massages to clients. I was the dreamer in our family. My mom and I clashed often because I challenged her ideas. I did not plan to get married, and I told her as much. I wanted to study architecture or engineering. As I finished secondary school, it became evident that my mom had no plans of paying for a university education. In her opinion, being too educated could be a turn-off for the right man. And moreover, a woman definitely had no place in any of the courses I wanted to study. If I wanted to go to university, it would have to be after I was settled with a man, and he would pay for it if he was fine with my decision. After staying at home for 2 years, I realized that nothing was going to change. I was 19 when I decided to take matters into my own hands. I told my mom I wanted to work, and she was happy with that, so she spoke to one of her male visitors who got me a job as an admin staff in a bank. I started putting money aside and I was able to register for SAT and TOEFL exams within 6 months. I studied very hard at night and I made scores good enough to get me a scholarship to study engineering the following year. My mom's training came in handy because I was not shy to approach people and I knew how to turn on my charm. I spoke to one of the managers at the bank who was willing to use his account to back up my application, and he also gave me money for my ticket and a little extra. For the record, I did not give him any favors. I raised some more money from other people in the bank too. I had got my visa and ticket before I told my shocked mom. She said I was setting myself up for unhappiness in life with my bookworm attitude, and that no wealthy man would be interested in me. I left for America at the age of 21. I am 30 now, and though I am not married yet, I have a great life. I still intend to get married though. I did not speak with my mother for over 2 years, but I invited her to attend my graduation, and she came with my younger sister. My immediate older sister was also inspired to go to university, so she got a job and joined me in school a year and a half after I came. She studied business administration. She's married and lives in a different state now. My mom agreed to sponsor my younger sister to come over and study, so she lives with me and is just rounding off her degree. She is considering applying for a master's and a PhD. I'm glad I took the steps I did because it changed the narrative, not just for me, but for my sisters. Please share your thoughts about Alexa's story in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my stories.